Chemtech Putrefier. It's finally happened. The most useless enchanter item has finally been removed. The new season is here. From cute little void grubs to a new map design, there is a lot of new stuff to get excited about.
For one, mythic items are out. Gone. Poof.
You might find yourself loading into a game and thinking, where did my mythic items go? What is this new quest item and what do I build? Well, not to worry, this video will cover all the things you need to know about the enchanter changes and support changes. So let's dive right in. The first change I'm going to cover, and arguably the most important, is the support quest item. There is now one quest item called World Atlas. It works as a combination of the effects of Spell Thieves Edge, Relic Shield, and Steel Shoulder Guards, as it can be stacked by either executing minions for 20 gold or damaging enemies. Range attacks generate 28 gold and melee attacks generate 30 gold. The item upgrades to Runic Compass at 500 gold, which provides additional stats and boosts the gold received to 28 gold for executing minions and 32 gold for range damage, 34 for melee damage. Bounty of Worlds is the final evolution of the support item, which happens at 1000 gold. This item can now be upgraded to choose one of 5 support items. All of the items share the same stats of 100 health, 50% mana and health regen, and 5 gold per 10 seconds. The choice is now up to you. Your choice should differ based on the champion you are playing and what team comp you have. Now let's dive into the upgraded items. The first item is Celestial Opposition. This item reduces incoming damage after taking damage from an enemy champion. It is more effective against melee damage. The damage reduction lasts for 2 seconds, then an AoE shockwave is released that slows enemies. It has a 15-second cooldown. The second item is Solstice Slay. When slowing or immobilizing an enemy champion, grant bonus health and movement speed to yourself and the lowest health nearby ally for 4 seconds. This effect has a 20-second cooldown. Bloodsong is the third upgrade option. It's a mini Lichbane. After using an ability, your next attack deals additional on-hit damage and exposes enemies, causing them to take increased damage for 6 seconds. Melee damage has a higher increase. Bloodsong has a 1.5 second cooldown. The fourth upgrade is Dreammaker. This is a textbook enchanter item. Every 8 seconds, a purple and a blue bubble are formed. When healing or shielding an ally, these bubbles surround the ally for 3 seconds. The purple bubble grants bonus damage on the next hit, and the blue bubble reduces incoming damage on the next hit. Zazek's Realm Spike is the final option. This is the mage option. When dealing ability damage to an enemy, an explosion is caused at their location that deals AoE damage with additional max health damage. There is a 3-second cooldown on this effect. I love the idea to add a free upgrade to the quest item. I also like how support players can now adapt their playstyle even more depending on what the team needs. A good example could be Sona choosing Bloodsong for a more aggressive and damage focused playstyle, or she could opt for Bubble Maker for a more defensive and enchanter focused playstyle. Now let's move on to the changes to the enchanter items. Chemtech Putrefier has finally been removed. After the passive, which spreads the anti-heal effects to allies on healing and shielding, was removed, there was no real reason to build this item. Most players would only build Oblivion Orb as it was not worth upgrading the item. Morellonomicon now provides 15 ability haste but no longer gives magic penetration or health. This will now be the only option to upgrade our Oblivion Orbs. It is 3000 gold, which makes it expensive, but at least we are provided with ability haste as enchanters. The build paths have also changed. Glowing Mote is a new component that is a part of many build paths. It costs 250 gold and provides 5 ability haste. Chalice of Harmony has also been removed from the game, and it will no longer be part of the build path for Redemption and Mikhail's Blessing. As mythic items have been removed, Moonstone Renewer, Shirelia's Battle Song, and Echoes of Helia are now legendary items, and all now cost 2200 gold, which is 100 gold less than the current iterations. There are a few changes to these items to reflect this. For Moonstone Renewer, the chain healing effect now provides 5% more healing and shielding, but it no longer does additional healing or shielding when there is only a single ally nearby. Moonstone now grants 5 ability power less than before and 50 more health. For Echoes of Helia, the Dissonance passive that increased ability power per item has been removed. It also stores up to 3 soul shards instead of 2. However, when comparing the items, it looks like the overall healing and damage values are a lot lower than the current iteration of Echoes. Pause the video here if you would like to compare the 2 iterations. Echoes now grants an additional 10 ability power and an additional 5 ability haste. For Shirelia's Battle Song, the active effect is the same, but the extra passive effect of increased movement speed when healing or shielding an ally has been removed and added to Staff of Flowing Water. Shirelia's now gives an additional 20 ability power, an additional 5 ability haste, and now grants a movement speed statistic instead of health. Staff of Flowing Water now grants ability power and movement speed when healing or shielding an ally instead of ability haste. Staff now gives the holder a flat 15 ability haste instead of applying it on the passive. Ardent Center also has some stat changes. It now grants an additional 15 ability power and additional 3% movement speed. When healing or shielding an ally, the ally is now granted an additional 5 attack speed and 5 on-hit damage. Both Ardent and Staff now cost an additional 200 gold. Imperial Mandate now deals 12% current health damage when an ally damages the marked target. The current health damage means Mandate will be more effective against full health enemies and will do less damage the lower health the enemies are. The enemy is now marked for 1 second longer, but the cooldown has now increased to 9 seconds from 6 seconds. Redemption now grants 50 less health, but now grants 15 ability haste. Mikhail's Blessing now grants 15 ability haste, but has 3% less health and shield power. Both Wardstone items now give armor and magic resist with some changes in the other stats. You can pause the video here if you would like to see all the changes. And finally, there is a new item, Dawncore. It costs 2,700 gold, so it is more expensive than the other enchanter items. The build path is 2 Bandle Glass Mirrors, and Dawncore gives ability power, ability haste, and mana regeneration. It has 2 passive effects. The first grants 18 summoner spell haste. The second passive effect grants 3% heal and shield power and 5 ability power per 100% base mana regeneration. Dawncore will be the most valuable when purchased as a final item to take advantage of the passive effects. Overall, I think these changes are great for the support role as a whole and for enchanters. The additional item upgrade built into the quest item gives the support role more agency and game impact. It will also lead to supports being stronger in the early to mid game after the quest item upgrade power spike. Support players could try to take advantage of this spike and look for kills or skirmishes. I think there will be some powerful item combos such as Solstice Slay, Shirelia's and Mandate for Janna, and Bubble Maker and Mandate for Nami. I will be uploading some videos soon with specific builds for enchanters as I test combinations of items and how they play out in game. That brings us to the end of the enchanter changes. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you want more enchanter content in the coming season. I'll see you guys soon.